What's going on, y'all? So, as you can see, this past Monday wasn't a traditional episode of Monday Night Raw, and I haven't did, so because of the holiday season, didn't get to do a Raw and a Smackdown video. So, in light of what they just did for Monday Night Raw, I'm gonna do my own LilBigMan recap for Monday and Friday. Just a little, it's not a long video, just gonna be a little bit of what I thought about the past Friday and storylines for Monday and past Friday Night Smackdown. I'm gonna start with Smackdown first because it led into not this Monday but last Monday. I like how they structured it with Kevin Owens with the bloodline, and that Kevin Owens and them showing up caused Roman Reigns and them with John Cena, announcing that John Cena was coming back. We did get a return. I will talk about that too. But it wasn't like a surprise return because it was already rumored that he was going to return. So, but that happened on Monday Night Raw. Friday Night Smackdown was a typical Smackdown where they just basically was about the bloodline. It was supposed to be Sammy's night. It was all about Sammy. It was supposed to be his night, but then, thanks to Jay reminding Roman about, the Kevin Owens problem. And there's still a little bit of reservations about Sammy and his loyalty. Roman came up with a different idea. He came up with the fact that he's going to solve this issue. He's going to make a match for himself and Sammy versus Kevin Owens. They was going to deal with the Kevin Owens problem and any tag team member he could choose, and that's when they revealed that his tag team partner was going to be the returning John Cena, because John Cena, as he put it, he's been reminded that he had a match even in his part-time phase. He's had a match or has wrestled in every year, in every SmackDown or pay-per-view, something. He's always had a match, and his window opportunity was closing. So then he was going to take that opportunity to tag team with Kevin Owens this Friday for the last Smackdown of the year. And like I said, I think this Monday they were just doing a recap of the best of 2022, so it really wasn't an actual episode to watch. They just recapped everything. They announced that the Friday will have a tournament for Ronda Rousey, which I did end up seeing that too, and which it was a good godly match, but we already knew from backstage rumors that it was going to be Raquel who was going to win that, and she did end up winning that. The Smackdowns, that Smackdown was a pretty good episode. I liked the whole little match at the end for the main event with Braun Strowman and Ricochet. It was a lot of stuff that happened. It was a typical Smackdown, but that Raw where basically the Bloodline was running roughshod and basically was there to attack the entire roster due to Roman being pissed off at Kevin Owens. I felt like that episode of Monday Night Raw was good, but it just felt lackluster on the fact that you really didn't attack their entire roster, or it didn't feel like you was really like it was there, but then it didn't go to that needed height that it needed to go. But it still made a point of Roman being that guy who could attack, and all they did was try to stop them, and still nothing happened. And I was like, you know what, Roman does need to be stopped there, though. He does. Bronson Reed returned. Since we're on the subject of Monday Night Raw, Bronson Reed returned to help The Miz defeat Dexter Lumis in a high-stakes winner-takes-all double nothing money match. And I'm like, okay. So Bronson Reed, we could pretty much guarantee that since Bronson Reed returned, Chelsea Green is also going to be making her return to WWE, just like Emma was rumored before Bronson Reed, and it's like actually going in that order because it was Emma, Bronson Reed, and Chelsea Green along the lines of the rumor returns, and so far we got two of them. So Chelsea Green, like, she's a shoe-in to make her return. The only person that really was a surprise was Tegan Knox, because nobody was even talking about the fact that she was returning to their, or I didn't at least didn't pick up on no rumors that she was returning. So, but yeah, that Monday Night Raw had some good spot with Sami and them taking out people. They did attack the OC. I think the OC was like the most the most people they attacked, like the most. They had all the matches. All their matches was with the OC. Like every member, like Sami took on AJ, and then the Usos took on Kevin Owens and Sami, Kevin Owens and Seth. I meant to say, because Seth running his mouth about how the Bloodline didn't attack him, and that he had a message for Roman Reigns that Roman don't run Monday Night Raw. I did like, so they attacked some people backstage, but it was like it was an NXT person who was randomly on Monday Night Raw backstage, and then they attacked some more people. I'm getting, well, the sense, like I said, this is just my way of doing both shows at one time, and both shows were pretty good. Bronson really returning. Was a good wrinkle. Because last time you saw him, he was on NXT as a face. He returned as a heel. Now I think there was like a WWE exclusive where they were talking about he was doing it because Miz offered him a cut. So he's definitely going to be a crony to the Miz. It's probably going to lead to like a tag team match between the two against Dexter Lumis and Johnny Gargano, most likely. I'm trying to figure out, was there anything else worth mentioning. I talked about Roman Reigns and what he did. I talked about him. He did have a good promo that following Smackdown, on the Smackdown that Raquel won the Gauntlet match. He did have a good promo, basically hyping Sami up about how they was gonna take down John Cena and Kevin Owens. I don't think nothing too, like, other than the main event and that. I don't think everything else was kind of bland. Oh, I did like the Emma getting into Scarlett's face and Karrion Kross. I'd like to see what that's going to go between them two, because I know they was setting up like Karrion Kross versus Rey Mysterio, but it looked like it's going to take a little detour, and I'm hoping to see them two have a mixed tag team match, because I know Scarlett can wrestle, because I see some of her indies wrestling. She could definitely wrestle herself, but overall, I'm gonna give a combined for the Smackdown Raw. I didn't get to do a review for individually. I'm gonna give them a combined. Yeah, I'm gonna give them a combined 8 out of 10, because it has some solid storytelling and some solid stuff that happened on there. But overall, I felt like the one thing I did take exception with was that whole Roman attacking people, or having the Bloodline attack people on Raw, could have been a little bit better. I needed them to have just cause a lot of mayhem and destruction, beat up a lot of people. I think in point, them having matches afterwards was it was kind of it brought it down. But maybe if they just would have just destroyed everybody, didn't have no matches, and until that Smackdown where they got to face John Cena and Kevin Owens, would have been better. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but like I said, I feel like it just needed a little bit more chaos and mayhem. But you guys let me know in the comments down below what you thought, and if you enjoyed this, you know what to do. Hit those buttons, and hit this button right there in the upper right corner for all of my WWE reviews. And if you enjoyed the video so much, want to support the channel, like I said, hit those buttons. And as always, hit one of these videos for more of my amazing content, but don't go anywhere, because I got Evil West, some more Gotham Knights, and maybe some Call of Duty Warzone 2, or is it 2.0? Anyway, coming up your way. Peace.